Hi there, my name is Laura from ThistleRidgeStables.com and Equestrian Skill Builders on Facebook. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 things that determine your takeoff spot. So let's get started. My name is Laura and welcome to another video. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if you like to improve your riding and training, or like to improve your relationship with your horse so that you can win more ribbons at your next horse show, or if you generally like other horse related stuff, then remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos coming out. Today we're going to talk about the 5 things that determine your takeoff spot. Sometimes getting in a little close to the jump, really helps to get your horse to jack its knees up and make it a prettier jump for the judge, right? But sometimes that just, you get a little too close and it ends up being a chip. Or if you get too close, you may knock it down. So what is the ideal place, the ideal spot to take off? Getting in a little close can cause some problems though, right? You can knock the jump down, you hit the rail, you knock the flowers, the box, the wall, the brush, whatever it is. It doesn't look nice. And if you get in too close, it leads to the horse jumping in poor form, jumping over its shoulder, or even a refusal. The other side of that is if you get too far from the base of the jump, and that makes the horse stand back, jump flat, reach for the jump, and just creates a dangerous jumping situation. Not good. So what are the 5 things that you have to consider when you go into the show ring so that you can get the correct jumping takeoff spot? Number 1 is the height of the jump. The sweet spot for your takeoff is the height of the jump away. So if you're jumping a 3-foot jump, you approximately take off 3 feet away from the jump. If you're jumping a 2'6" jump or a 2-foot jump or an 18-inch jump, you're not going to be jumping 3 feet away from that. You're going to be taking off the height of the jump away from the jump, so that the horse, when it jumps, arcs or bascules, then the top of the bascule is over the top of the jump. If you take off too far away, your horse bascules too soon and you could hit the jump with the front leg on the way down, and if you get too close, your horse doesn't arc until after the center of the jump, which is not good. Number 2 is the length of stride that you have. If you're moving forward on a long stride and the horse is on the muscle and moving forward, you're going to take off a longer spot away from the jump. And if you're on a collected or shortened stride, you will probably get in a little closer to the jump. So that's why it's so important to have a good stride, the correct stride length, and maintain that stride length throughout so that your horse takes off at the same spot, which is the correct spot, at every jump. Number 3, the type or depth of footing. Now usually when we go in the hunter ring, there is a consistent type of footing. It's usually sand or some sort of all-weather type material that is kind of even. But if you are in a situation where it's quite deep sand, that's going to bog your horse down a little bit and you'll probably get closer to the fence. If it's not so deep, or if it's a little bit on the hard side like you get at some horse shows, then your horse will be standing off a little bit more. But usually if you're in a deeper sand, the horse will more than likely like to get to the base of the fence a little bit more. Number 4, the type of jump. If you're jumping an oxer versus you're jumping a vertical, or a triple bar versus a vertical, a wall, that type of thing. So if you're jumping a spread type jump, the horse will usually get into the base a little bit more, and that's because we want the horse to arc or bascule, and the top of that bascule to be over the middle of the jump or a little bit closer to the back rail of that jump. And if you're jumping a vertical, we want the horse to stand off the base a little bit more so that it can come up and round and give the horse more room to lift and get its front legs out of the way. So if you're jumping an oxer, you're going to get a little closer and jump a little further in, and if you're jumping a vertical, the horse is going to stand off from the base a little bit more. Does that make sense? And the 5th one is the location of the jump on the course. For example, if you're riding a vertical to an oxer versus an oxer to a vertical, these will be ridden a little differently because the horse jumps those 2 types of jumps differently. So if you don't see your distance coming, or you think you might miss your distance, don't abandon your horse and just hope that it's going to happen for you. Stay still, stay consistent, keep a little feel of the horse's mouth, keep your legs closed on to help your horse find that distance. Because the horse, if it has a little bit of help, you can balance the horse so it will take off at a decent distance. Sitting up, keeping your legs on, will help your horse get the weight back into its hindquarters so that it can balance itself and jump correctly. Even if you get a little close, it's okay. Being a little close is okay, so long as the horse has a decent jump. So balance your horse, sit up, look up, keep your eyes up, and ride your horse forward into the jump by balancing and keeping your legs on. Don't just abandon your horse. So those are the 5 reasons. Have any questions or you'd like to contact me, please send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. Thanks now. Bye.